King 5, Seattle's NBC affiliate, has served the Pacific Northwest for more than 30 years. We've gained a nationwide reputation for bringing our viewers successful local programming. More local programming than any other station in our market. And success that is mirrored by high ratings and awards. Documentaries, news, entertainment talk shows, sports, children's shows, drama, religious programming, and public affairs. 16 regularly scheduled, locally produced programs, and dozens of specials, all from King 5. It means 3 hours of live programming every day with more than 90 minutes of local news. Our news keeps viewers informed all around the Puget Sound area, into Canada and eastern Washington. But our news coverage takes us farther than that. To Florida to cover the Ted Bundy murder trial.
Found you guilty of murder.
Federal agents
to California for the Pierce County racketeering
One
case.
of them, Pierce County Sheriff George Janovich.
And they were
to China for the opening of trade relations between our two countries.
We as a nation had been their enemy for 30 years.
For news that impacts our region, we go to the source.
If the people lacked confidence in me, then I would not want to be president.
Total news coverage, 4 times a day, 7 days a week. With news bureaus in Washington state capital, as well as the nation's capital. Voted News Film Station of 1978 by the National Press Photographers Association, King 5 has a winning team of 50 full-time news professionals. A staff that brings to our viewers more insights, editorials, arts and entertainment reviews, many documentaries, commentary, more information, weather, sports, and King 5's Action Northwest, an investigative segment dealing with consumer complaints ranging from sex discrimination to fraud. But King 5's daily live programming is more than just news. It's entertainment and variety.
Seattle Today with Shirley Hudson and Cliff Lynns. Good morning.
Good morning.
Seattle Today airs live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. In its 6-year history, Seattle Today has consistently beaten the competition, from Merv Griffin to Phil Donahue, averaging a 45 share.
Would you please welcome Mr. Jimmy Dean.
Boy, you really got a bad-looking audience this morning. I mean, they were born ugly and suffered a relapse. What happened here this morning?
Would you please welcome Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Women are having a lot of doors open to them, which is right. But what's happening is that the men are saying, okay, kid, you want liberation, you get it right between the eyes.
Its audience format includes an hour of celebrity interviews, lifestyle topics, consumer hints, cooking, and fashions. Each weeknight at 7, it's Seattle Tonight. With a blend of interviews and live performances, Dick Klinger delves into community issues and gets to the spirit of interesting personalities.
I think it's so much fun to have a studio that has live, with an audience. We do an awful lot of interviews around the country. We come into a city. It's usually a very cold room, and there's a fellow like Dick sitting there, and there's nobody to bounce off of, so this is a lot of fun. Timely, informative, with a devoted audience. That's why Seattle Tonight is tied for first place at 7 o'clock. King 5 News, Seattle Today, Seattle Tonight. 3 of our 16 regular productions. The highest-rated locally produced program in the market is Peabody Award-winning How Come? A children's magazine program in its 7th season. Stories from around the country. Film clips of local happenings. And in-studio pieces which help children to understand the who, what, when, where, and how come of just about everything. Pleasant Journeys is the second of our 3 children's shows. Storyteller Pleasant Despain embellishes the traditional tales and captures the imagination of his young audience with his own stories on this weekly program.
Southern France. And as the ship just sailed so gently through the waves because there was a gentle wind filling its sails, a large school of dolphins leaped and played about the bow. Now, the sailors all liked dolphins. They thought that they were very beautiful animals.
I like myself.
I Like Myself, a program dedicated to the awareness and self-image of children, an exploration into the world around us, where children learn by doing.
Which one do you think is going to break down into soil?
This one.
And what does this one have then? That this one doesn't?
More nutrients.
No, they have both the same amount of nutrients.
This
but what's
has more water.
Right, so the amount of rainfall that falls on the ground is going to have an effect on the amount of nutrients that plants have to live on.
I Like Myself, recognized this past year by Action for Children's Television. Hop on board the Evergreen Express. Let it take you into the areas of contemporary events, the lives of people, and the issues of today.
First, a bit of economics, the so-called dismal science. We went searching for good news on the economic front. No small job, but we found a bit of good news. And best of all, had some fun putting it all together. So hang on to your wallet. Here we go.
This weekly primetime magazine program walked away with several local awards last year.
Good morning, Mr. Galpin. At this moment, inflation is threatening the world order. Massive revolutions are about to break out, and only one of our agents is suitable for the task. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find 10 items in your city which have gone down in price in time for tonight's Evergreen Express. As usual, should you make a fool of yourself, the King Broadcasting Company will deny any knowledge of your existence. Good luck.
Another point of view, a discussion format dealing with current controversial issues, topics that deserve to be heard, the all-volunteer army, lesbian mothers, rent control.
Now, you may take issue with that, but don't take issue with me.
I would take issue with that entirely. The only active figures on rent increases is
Mr. Haas, I would appreciate if I could get a chance to say a few things. You've said a great deal already, and I'm trying to get a couple points in here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to It's About Time, the show that believes that the most important thing about growing older is the growing.
For over 4 years, King Public Affairs has brought the senior citizens a program all their own. It's About Time, a forum, new ideas, and advice. And for the younger generation, it's What's This Generation? A series of programs produced by 2 teenagers. It's for and about young people, their problems, needs, and lifestyles.
Hello, I'm Sean Carlson. Welcome to What's This Generation?
The Great American Game, a public affairs program, and a game show. 2 teams of experts pitted against one another to test their knowledge of current political and social topics.
If the county purchases development rights, this will mean it will, A, pay farmers money to grow certain farm products, or B, pay farmers the difference between a farm's value as farmland and its value if developed. Stripes, Lynn.
B.
B is correct for $10 more for the striped team.
A fast-paced, audience-involving show that unsnarls the tangle of issues facing the Northwest.
Hola, soy Efrain Herrera, pateador de los Seahawks.
King 5 Public Affairs also means public service.
No one deserves to be abused.
The most effective means for community organizations to communicate their message is the public service announcement. And King 5 goes into the community to produce spots for various groups.
In helping build a just and compassionate community.
Long lines at the gas station? Hey, we survived it last time.
We localize the national issues and put them in terms that affect us.
Well, bottoms up, everyone, because you know, tomorrow never comes.
I'm Keith Wilson. I work at the University of Washington Media Center.
I'm Shannon Seeker, and I work at the Winter Park Zoo Reptile House.
We got our jobs from the Seattle Public Schools Work Training Program.
It's a chance to make a little money and get a whole lot of experience.
Last year, King 5 donated over $2 million to community service in airtime alone.
For this program.
There's a lot of different jobs available. To find out more, contact Seattle Public Schools.